G'day guys, this is BroadcastingBecause back with episode number 4 of this AFL Live season mode with the Fremantle Dockers, and this time we're up against the Port Adelaide Power at home. The Power have been struggling over recent times with just the 1 win from 3 matches, and we'll be looking to knock them off today. Just one change for the Purple Haze for this match, with Nick Subin making way for Anthony Morabito after a poor game against the West Coast Eagles. Joey Van Berla will start in his place, with Morabito starting from the bench. Well, at the start of this game we were desperate to break the hoodoo of conceding the first goal, and that is exactly what we did. Ryan Crowley bombed one long from about 60 metres out, and it was taken running back by the captain Matthew Pavlich, very nicely taken, and he makes no mistake from just a few metres out to put the boys on the board first. To be perfectly honest, we dominated this first half. Stephen Hill absolutely caused havoc on the left wing, found Kepler Bradley, who made no mistake. In fact, Stephen Hill and Michael Barlow both had exceptional games for the Dockers. And how about this long-range effort from Michael Barlow? Excellent effort from 52 metres out. Sandlin's deserved an assist. And Hayden Ballantyne with an extraordinary effort on goal. That would have easily been goal of the game, but it was scored right on the line. Jay Schultz taking a screamer over Garrick Ibbotson and Luke McFarlane. He jogs back and slots through the Power's first of the night. Now, despite being very happy with the way the majority of the Dockers have been playing over the last few games, Greg Broughton consistently underperformed for me. He got outmarked twice in 2 consecutive contests, you can see there, and as a result of leaving his man, left the goal wide open. Thankfully, Ebert didn't make the most of it. But at the end of the quarter, we went into the break with a 2-goal lead, not unhappy at all. Now this, a very contentious umpiring decision, but it's to our benefit, so I'm not going to complain. Sandlin's chasing his man down, winning the free kick and slotting home the goal. Kepler Bradley unlucky to hit the post there. But I was very happy with the way that our marking game had improved over the last couple of games. What a pickup that is from Luke McFarlane to spot out Matt De Boer. Now, towards the end of the second quarter, Port Adelaide ran riot. They had so many chances on goal, but they did not finish one of them. Jay Schultz missing from just a few metres out, and then, less than a minute later, he has a shot from virtually straight in front and sprays it to the left. And then, just to add salt into the wound, another miss. This time from Broadbent. Surely this time, Jason Davenport, you know what's coming, absolutely sprays it to the right. That's lucky to even get it behind. Now, I'm not saying that you should finish every chance, because obviously we don't either, but I think the chances that Port Adelaide had at the end of the second quarter just absolutely destroyed them, and from that point in, they got obliterated. Fremantle completely dominated the third quarter, kicking 6 goals to none and completely blowing Port Adelaide out of the game. Now, Aaron Sandlins was absolutely instrumental in that. He won almost all the hit-outs of that quarter. We see there, straight away, finding Chris Mayne, no worries at all. Jay Van Berla, now he was a real standout in this quarter. He took quite a few marks, a couple of them difficult. Very happy with the way he took that one. His kicking did leave a little bit to be desired, but a lovely chase and tackle from Hayden Ballantyne wins the free kick, and he makes no mistake by slotting it through to extend the margin to a pretty much insurmountable 43 points, not even halfway through the third quarter. But to Port Adelaide's credit, they did tighten up their defence somewhat and later on in that third quarter, but all that did was really just turn the game into one big scrap fest, scrappy handballs followed by clearances. That is, until Anthony Morabito takes a lovely mark, beats 3 Power players, goes back and completely rules out any recovery for the Power. But did it stop there? No, of course it didn't. Michael Barlow off a tap out from Aaron Sandlin's, beautiful pickup, swivels around and bangs it home on his right boot. Lovely mark there as well from Alex Silvani off the Paul Duffield kick. Unfortunately nothing came from it, but at 3-quarter time we held a 55-point lead, completely insurmountable. Michael Barlow with 11 possessions, very even spread of goal scorers with Barlow, Ballantyne and Mayne all bagging 2 goals. I should stress again how ecstatic I am with the Fremantle Dockers defending. This is the second match in which we've kept opponents scoreless for 2 straight quarters, but that did end for Port Adelaide when they scored pretty early in the final quarter thanks to Jay Schultz. A lot of the credit should, I think, go to the unsung heroes. Garrick Ibbotson had a great game today, completely shut down his man. And how about that for Luke McFarlane? climbing way up into the clouds to grab that specky, and from there Fremantle could just completely close the game out. We kicked another 3 goals before the end of the game. We did take the foot off the accelerator a little bit. We probably could have won by even more than we did. We didn't capitalise on some of the opportunities you can see here. Tough angle though for Kepler Bradley, so not pointing any fingers there. And Port Adelaide, I think, had just completely given up. They'd lost the plot. They just could not get it out of their defensive 50, leaving that Fife completely on his own, and he slotted his first of the night to go along with his 5 possessions. The icing on the cake came through Matthew Pavlich with less than a minute to play, as he kicked the sealer for the Dockers to run out 92-17 winners. That is a margin of 75 points, a very convincing win. Michael Barlow picking up 14 disposals, a very, very good display from him, as well as his 2 goals. Sandilands with 2 goals and 10 disposals, Duffield with 9 touches, and Chris Mayne with 2 goals to him as well. We see there Port Adelaide were never in the game. If they'd have finished their chances at the end of the first quarter and led at the first break, I think they would have been well and truly in it. But I think it was just the fact that they didn't take those chances. Their morale was so low they couldn't come back. Checking out some of the AI matches now, nothing too surprising I don't think. The West Coast finally getting a win, their first of the season, over the Gold Coast, who will be our opponents in the next match. The Bombers coming surprisingly close up against GWS, who are still yet to win a game. Up to the other end of the ladder, and there are 3 teams that still remain undefeated so far this season after 4 games being played. They are the Western Bulldogs, St Kilda and Essendon, with the Fremantle Dockers sitting very nicely behind them at 4th. Sydney Swans just outside the 8, sitting in 9th position, and right down the other end we have West Coast, Gold Coast, Port Adelaide and GWS. Matthew Pavlich still topping the goal scorers list by quite a way. He's out in front of Jared Brennan by 5 goals with 13 for this season. Good to see Chris Mayne up there as well with 6. Well, for my man of the match for this game, it is very difficult to look past the statistics, and Michael Barlow was by far and away the best player on the field. His highlights package wasn't too over the top, but I think that's mainly because he played his roving role so well. Lots of handballs, lots of tackles, finishing up with 2 goals and 14 disposals. Very happy with his performance. For goal of the week this week, there weren't very many spectacular goals kicked, but I did find the Kepler Bradley left foot hook centering the ball, in which Anthony Morabito swallowed, beating 3 Port players to the ball and slotting it through. They might not be amazing, but the 2 1%ers from Bradley and Morabito are the sorts of things that change games in your favour. So well done, that's my goal of the week. Well, thanks very much for watching, guys. That's a wrap for episode 4 of Fremantle Dockers season mode of AFL Live. Thanks again for watching. You know the drill. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I really do appreciate it. And be sure to check out the previous game if you haven't seen it, the Western Derby against the Eagles, and the upcoming match as well will be coming very soon to your screen, and that will be the Fremantle Dockers taking on Gold Coast, another home game at Subi, so it should be another very entertaining game. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers. Stay tuned.